This is the Padres Postcast, your instant game reaction for the
San Diego Padres.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padre fan? Welcome to your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease, Gries, at Jim Grease _ on social media. Give me a follow, make you holla, and we're all hollering tonight, baby. The Gas Lamp District going crazy. 2 in a row over the NL West, or NL East, leading Philadelphia Phillies 5-4 the final today. The bullpen lights out again, retiring or getting the final 13 outs of the game after a starter gets in trouble. Same thing happened yesterday. They have Pivetta going for the sweep tomorrow, their best starter of the first half, and Jackson Merrill busting out of a 5-for-53 slump. 2 homers today, first 2 home runs since May 27th. Hadn't hit one in well over a month. We're talking 6 weeks, but right before the break, he starts to get hot. Manny Machado drives in the go-ahead/winning run with a sacrifice fly. And even without Robert Suarez, even without Jason Adam, even without Adrian Morejon, 3 of the 4 horsemen who were horsed out after pitching back-to-back days, they still got it done at the end with the pen. And in the 9th inning, they got Turner, Schwarber, and Harper back-to-back to get the game done with. Jeremiah Estrada did that. It's your Padres Postcast. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, and what a win by 4 the final at Petco. We're here to break it down. The ups, the downs, the ins and outs. Your Padres with a big one today at Petco. It's Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first watch or listen with the Postcast. We are live on YouTube after every game, and then you can come on in, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't come your way with more content, and say what up to your boy in the comments. Or you can be on the down low and you can wait after the live YouTube show. We upload so you can download Stitcher, Podbean, Apple, iHeart, Spotify, you name it. We are there wherever you get your audio podcasts. And of course, you're down with OTT. Yeah, you know me. There is no OPP with all this gray at 53, but we're on Roku for free on the over-the-top television as well. It's Grease. It's the Postcast hanging out San Diego style. A big win for the Friars. Yeah, baby. What do you say? We get this thing going on the Locked On Podcast Network, your Padres every day.
This is what you'll be talking about.
It's madness, I tell you. It's madness. It is the madness. It is the Merrill madness that we have not talked about in a long time. Sure, he's taking home runs away at the wall. Sure, he's making great plays in center field game in and game out, but Merrill madness. Jackson Merrill getting it done, baby, on a day when Yu Darvish made his 2nd start of the season and things did not go so great for you, although at times he looked pretty good, but really hurt himself early in the game. All right, let's break it down because we still have the turning point. We still have your start of the game. We still have to get you ready for tomorrow when Nick Pivetta faces the 3rd of the Phillies aces. I mean, good Lord, everybody's got 7 wins on this team, and it will be tomorrow. It will be Pivetta against Christopher Sanchez after Ranger Suarez and Zack Wheeler got housed. Well, they didn't get housed, but you know what I'm saying. Merrill took Wheeler deep twice today. All right, so here, what do you think, Padre fans? Let's get right into it and let you know real quick before we give you the actual ins and outs of what happened in the game. I just want to give you a couple of the particulars real quick. The Padres 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors in the game, 1 by Darvish on a terrible play. We'll get into that in a minute. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Phillies. The Pods actually hit 400, albeit 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position, but they got 3 in the 2nd to take the lead after the Phillies had taken a 2-0 lead in the top of the 2nd. Merrill tied it with a 2-run homer, also tied it with a solo shot in the 6th after the Phillies had scored 2 in the 5th to take the lead. Merrill with the solo shot in the 6th ties it up. Then in the 7th, Manny, he is bugging. The deep fly ball to the track in right field, and he drives in the go-ahead run. And then from there, man, it was the bullpen getting those final outs, putting up zeros, 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros across the board from the Padres bullpen again, and against a real good hitting team like the Phillies as well. So Merrill, 35 games without a homer, 5-for-53 slump. And how about, in the 7th inning when Manny hit the sacrifice fly, so much of that was Fernando Tatis Jr. He went from 1st to 3rd on Luis Arraez's single, read it beautifully off the bat. First of all, Luis takes it off the shoe tops. It's a pitch and wedge, drives it over the shortstop's head, Fernando alertly first to third, never break stride, got a great jump on the ball. That's why he's an all-star when he hasn't hit anything in a couple of months, because he does things like that on the regular. You know what I'm saying? So he goes first to third, goes Tati, and then, of course, Manny flies one to the track, easily scoring as Tatis. That doesn't happen. The run never comes across. Merrill flew out to the track after that. The run never comes across without Fernando going first to third. Those are the things that win games all the time. And I'll just show it right here because he deserves it, the way he's running the bases. While you're here, smash subscribe, hit the bell. Come on in, say hi to your boy in the chat while you're watching the YouTube show live after the game. Of course, if you're listening, wherever you get your audio podcast, download or just listen. We upload right after the YouTube show, and then we go to Roku as well. 5-4 the final. Up 2-0 in the series are the Pods, and just a tremendous job today. And, as I look at this game, and I'm just going to go to my own notes here because it's in the description. Anyway, you see it on the YouTube page as we're here live. But Zack Wheeler, man, just crazy. He doesn't take the L, did he get the L? Was he still in the game? I'm trying to remember if he was still in the game. But let me just see real quick if I'm missing anything in the rundown. Machado's sac fly off Jordan Romano. It was off Romano, but I can't remember if the run was charged to Wheeler or not. I'll get you that in a moment. So Wheeler was replaced by Morejon in the All-Star game, and he was replaced in the winner's circle by the Padres today. They got him for 4 runs and 6 hits on 6 innings. He struck out 6 and walked 1. And Edmundo Sosa with a 2-run single in the 5th to put the Phillies ahead. It chases Yu Darvish, and it was after Alec Boehm injured himself playing third base. But Manny hit the go-ahead sac fly in the 7th inning, and Merrill hit the 2 home runs. Estrada struck out Trea Turner, got Kyle Schwarber on a fly ball, and got Bryce Harper to end the game on a grounder to first base. Yuki Matsui gets Brandon Marsh to pop out with runners on first and third in the 8th inning. And man, oh man, just great job by the bullpen. Again, Manny with a beautiful play, charging a chopper to get Sosa, who had hit the 2-run single, remember, in the 5th to give the Phillies the 4-2 lead. Well, guess what? Manny with a beautiful play on his chopper in the same situation almost, the runner on third and with the bases loaded to help David Morgan get out of the jam. Second time Sosa had hit with the bases loaded after Bryce Harper drew a tough walk. And how about Harper with a bullet off the wall line? To give you 2 runs was the early lead for the Phillies because Darvish basically gave it to him. Alec Boehm gets hit with a pitch to lead off the second. Castellanos hits one back at the mound. Darvish makes a beautiful play, knocking it down, turns around to get it behind him, throws it away, allows a run to score, and then allows a JB Real Muto RBI single, so it's 2-zip there. But, Yu Darvish's stuff looking pretty good. You're looking at King coming back after the All-Star break. Dylan Cease cannot stay this inconsistent, can he? I mean, the guy was 4th in Cy Young voting a year ago. I don't see how he can be this bad. So a lot of good possibilities. Morejon has turned into what Tanner Scott was last year. Yuki Matsui's faded a little bit late, but he's been great. Even without the 3 of the 4 horsemen today, Estrada slammed the door with no Suarez, no Adam, and no Morejon. And before that, it was Wandy Peralta. It was David Morgan. You know what I mean? It was Hoying coming in to get a big out and get out of an inning. So the bullpen just shining again for San Diego. And that's been the dealio with this team all season long. Where would we be? Where would I be without you? Where would I be without you? The bullpen, right? That's why they're the first team ever to have 3 relievers selected to an all-star team in either league. There be's the reasons, and the reason is you. How about this, you guys? Let me just read the list here, okay? And then we hit the break because then we still have your turning point, your star of the game, and getting you ready for tomorrow. But how about this list, okay? I'm going to read a list of names to you, and you can smash subscribe, hit the bell, come on and say what's up to your boy in the comments. But I want to read this list, okay? And the reason I'm reading this list is because it relates to, obviously, a Padre. Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Mel Ott, Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Hank Aaron, Frank Robinson, Ken Griffey Jr., Alex Rodriguez, Albert Pujols, Miguel Cabrera, and Manny Machado. Did you hear that list? I'm not going to read it again, but you're talking about, 11 of the all-time greats, and Manny's number 12 on this list. Joined this list over the weekend. Are you ready for the list on which Manny Machado appears with those legends? And Mays, Mantle, Aaron, A-Rod, Griffey, Pujols, Miguel Cabrera, Jimmy Fox, Lou Gehrig. I mean, come on. Frank Robinson, Manny Machado, 350 plus home runs and 2,000 plus hits through age 32. And that's the season of age 32. Again, Manny and Rare Air, some of the all-time greats to ever pick up a stick of lumber in the history of the world. And Manny's on that list of 12. 350 plus homers, 2,000 plus hits by age 32 season. Again, Mantle, Mays, Aaron, A-Rod, Pujols, Cabrera, Griffey, Robinson, Gehrig, Fox, Ott, Aaron, Machado. Props to Manny. He won the game again today. Where would we be without Manny right now, the season he's been had? Already. As we get close to the break, will they finish with the sweep? The Dodgers beat the Giants today. We'll update you on the standings. We got the turning point. We got the star of the game, and we will get you ready for tomorrow. Going for the sweep against Christopher Sanchez. And how about this? Nick Pivetta, Poetic Justice, put it in a song. That's right. Tomorrow, they go for the sweep with their best pitcher of the first half on the bump. All that coming your way on your Padres postcast and the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first watch or listen. Myself, Javier Reyes with the podcast day in and day out. I'm on after every game, live on YouTube, free as well. And of course, after you watch live, we upload so you can download wherever you get your audio podcast, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeart, and upload we go on the Roku, OTT. Yeah, you know me. It's a whole party in the Gaslamp District. Jimmy G, Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Padres Postcast and the Locked On Podcast Network. Couple of deals to tell you about from our amazing sponsors, and then we go back and come back hard. Padres Postcast 5-4 win over the Phillies. Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Oh, and my skilled trades, men, women, and peoples. Yeah, baby. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades. Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, the complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you will find exactly what you need. Delivered fast from coast to coast. That is right. And if you need help with an order, hey, we all need help sometimes, right? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for the extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. You caught me. Little caffeine boost there. Gotta love that. But I will tell you this as we continue with your Padres postcast. I need to tell you about Game Time. Spoiled Gen Zers and all of us alike, because you don't know the struggle we had to go through when I was coming up and we needed to get tickets to a game, concert, event, whatever it was. But I have a question for you, my friend. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game with friends, family? Maybe it's game day and suddenly realize you want to be at Petco or anywhere across God's green earth. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes it all possible. It makes buying tickets fast and simple at Game Time. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an upcoming exciting MLB game like, the first half finale against the Phillies tomorrow with Nick Pivetta on the bump going for win number 10. Game Time has last-minute tickets and zone deals for big savings like 10% off exclusive film deals for FIFA World Cup matchups. And seat views in the app, panoramic, baby, right before you buy, so you know exactly where you'll be and what it's going to look like when you get there. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONCollege for 20% off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed with Game Time on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team, yours, mine, and ours every day. All right, Jim Greasehaber, call me. Grease, we got a couple of comments. 5-4 win. The Phillies defeated for the second game in a row by the Padres. And look, they've taken 2 games in a row in this series. They're up 3-2 in the season series on the Phillies. The Dodgers beat the Giants today, so you move ahead of the Giants in the standings. More on that in a minute. We got your turning point. We got your star of the game, and then we look at ahead to tomorrow's finale. Before we get on out of here, of course, Javier Reyes, day in and day out with your Locked On Padres podcast, bringing you the ups, the downs, the ins and outs, everything with the team, the 4 horsemen, and debating Manny Machado's place in history, that 12-man list, 350-plus homers, 2,000-plus hits by your age 32 season. I mean, Mays, Mantle, Aaron, Robinson, A-Rod, Cabrera, Griffey. Machado's on the list. Lou Gehrig. I mean, just so many. It's unbelievable the career he's had. He has 100 career homers at Petco, just one shy of the number he had at Camden Yards. He's played more games with the Pods, had more hits, more homers with the Pods. It's his 2,000 hit season. Just a nice job by Manny, who carried this offense while Tati and Merrill have been mired in a slump. But this weekend, this homestand, which now, by the way, they're 4-2 on. And if they can finish tomorrow and go 5-2 with the sweep over the Phils heading into the break, talk about a huge boost as you're hitting the break, headed toward the trade deadline when you know Preller is going to do something big because he always does. But, man, it's nice. Khan says, hey, pretty new Padre fan, been watching your videos to learn about the team. Thank you. Really appreciate it, Khan. They're doing great. Check out Javier Reyes as well with your Padres postcast day in and day out. Chris Dolce, let's go for the sweep tomorrow. Hopefully Merrill keeps it up. Hell yeah, says Khan. And I say, hell yeah, right back to you. The Wrath of Khan right here on your Padres postcast. But what a win for your San Diego Padres, man. And that is exactly how you draw it up. I mean, Yu Darvish looks pretty good. 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. The right inflammation in the right elbow from spring training, made his season debut on Monday. So all in all, I'd say, he didn't have the best command. Hit Bohm, threw a ball away on an error. Unearned run on the pitcher when it's his error is still one of my, least favorite rules. But, Darvish made some really good pitches. He's got such electric movement on his stuff. And, for him to make huge pitches, had a big strikeout of Schwarber, almost got Harper, in his last inning out there. And he's a gamer. He's going to compete. Throws well in October. You got King in the hopper, ready to come back, sometime toward the early part of the second half. And, that's nice. Maybe Cease bounces back, and then you got a real nice rotation heading into the postseason if they make it. As of right now, they're in that last wild card spot. And as of right now, the Mets are up on the Phillies in the NL East after these last 2 games losing here. And remember, Philly lost the other night on the first in the Parker. Patrick Bailey, the catcher for the Giants, in the bottom of the 9th inning, hit a 3-run inside the park homer to beat the Phillies 4-3. First in the Parker for a catcher in 99 years. So, yeah, you win today, and now you're ahead of the Giants because they lost to the Dodgers 2-1. Diamondbacks are 10.5 back, and you're 4.5 back. So now after you split with them, after you took that series against Arizona, they have faded, right? Because you were able after that split, and they weren't able to capitalize and win that last game of the series. So you're 4.5 back of the Dodgers, 52-43. The Giants are 5 back. So a win tomorrow and a Giants loss, or a Dodgers loss. How about that? You win tomorrow and the Giants beat the Dodgers. You're 3.5 back, right, of the Dodgers right before the break, with the Giants at 4. Going into the break, you get a win tomorrow and a Dodgers loss, you're at 3.5 back with all your offensive struggles. Look, more pitchers have recorded a quality start against the Padres than any other team in the big leagues since May 1st. And that's 6 innings or more, 3 runs or less. Think about that, right? And they're still right there. They've won a lot of 1-run games, especially lately. The defense has been solid, although 2 errors today, one of them on Darvish on a nice play that he made to knock the ball down, then throws it away, gives the run up. Alec Bohm left the game with a bruised rib cage after being hit in the ribs by a pitch and from Darvish. So, it's pretty interesting. You're back in the last wild card spot with a win tomorrow and a Dodgers loss. You're 3.5 out. Dodgers win 4.5 out, and the Giants are 6 back. So either way you win, right? Either way you win. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. While you're here on the YouTube show, live after the game, smash the subscribe, please, for me. Get that family growing and going and showing and all those things right here. And then, of course, you got the bell, so you can hit that, and then you'll get alerted when we come your way with more content, both myself and Javier Reyes, and that's the YouTube side. After the live YouTube show, which comes your way after the last out of every game, we bring you and upload so you can download Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Apple, iHeart, wherever you get your audio podcasts. And then we upload to Roku as well, OTT, over-the-top television, just like over-the-top baseball that it's been the past few games with this Padre bullpen. Second game in a row, they have recorded the final 13 outs after a starter couldn't make it out of the fifth inning. And by the way, no Suarez, no Adam, and no Morejon today. How about that? It was Matsui, it was Hoying, it was Morgan, and it was Estrada with Wandy Peralta in there as well. And Jackson Merrill, 2 homers, breaks a 5 for 53 slump. First home run today since May 27th, and then he adds another one for good measures. You know what I'm saying? And he flies out to the track his last time up. Imagine if he had the hat trick today, Jackson Merrill. All right, couple of things to do, short time to do them in. Let's start with this.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Yeah, you know, this is a tough one for me because when I look at the turning point of this game, I love when the Padres, obviously, you talk about Merrill tying it twice with homers. Maldonado puts them up in the second inning with an RBI base hit. And, you know, obviously Manny Machado with the sac fly in the bottom of the seventh inning, it gave them the lead, right? It gave them the lead, and it was a lead they would never give up because the bullpen literally slammed the door on the Phillies in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. And, you know, it'd be easy for me to say Manny's sac fly was the turning point. It'd be easy for me to say once the bullpen got it going from the 6th inning on that was the turning point. But there were a couple of big spots in this game where they got key outs. And I'm going to say the turning point for me was the 7th inning in general. And the 7th inning in general was when Manny Machado took over this game, right? The 7th inning is when Manny Machado took over this game. He's not going to be the star of the game because that's reserved for the bullpen and somebody else who is right there. But as the turning point, nobody better than Manny because in the top of the 7th inning, he makes a charging play on a chopper hit to third by the bat of Sosa, who had already hit a 2-run single to give the Phillies a 4-2 lead earlier in the game. Ironically, very similar situations. Bryce Harper had drawn very tough walks both times. Chopper toward third. Manny gets him by less than half a step on this play right here. And that sets the stage for the bottom of the 7th inning when Manny, why you bugging? And I got to make sure I have the right one right here. Is this the right one? That's Maldonado tying the game in the 2nd inning. So do I have, where is he? There he is. There's the sac fly. Manny with the defense. Manny with the offense. In the 7th inning, the turning point was Manny in the 7th. The play at third with the bases loaded to end the top half and the sacrifice fly in the bottom half to take the lead, which brings us to our...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And I wonder if you know what it means to find your dreams. Jackson Merrill, 5 for 53 slump, no homer since May 27th. Forget about it. Goes deep twice. A 2-run shot on Zack Wheeler, to take the lead or to tie the game in the 2nd when Maldonado drove in a single right after that to take the lead. And then, to tie the game again in the bottom of the 6th inning with another homer. 2 homers, first one since May 27th. Jackson Merrill is your star of the game. He gets hot right before the break. Fernando starting to roll too. Beautiful job, by the way. Merrill hits the 2 homers. Maldonado had the RBI single. Merrill ties the game both times. The bullpen's throwing lasers. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, scoreless for the Phils. Big spots. They're coming up with huge, huge outs. And, you know, Hoying did it. Darvish did it earlier in the game. Obviously, you know, you look at Morgan coming in and getting it done. And then Jeremiah Estrada, right? So tremendous and a lot of things to build upon with this team right now. Bullpen shines back-to-back. Merrill Madness ×2. Manny game winner, 4-2 on the homestand so far. All-Star break coming up. The series finale against the Phils tomorrow. And we will be here live right after the game on YouTube. And, of course, after that on Roku and then wherever you listen to your podcast as well. But what a performance by the Padres today. Morgan gets the win. Banks the loss. Estrada gets his 3rd save of the season. Offensively, it was a great day. And again, Tatis with the base running. Manny's sac fly. That never would have happened if Tatis didn't go 1st to 3rd on Luis Arraez's single to center. The batting champ getting involved again. And Just a really good team win, really solid baseball. And I made the comment yesterday. I made the point yesterday on the show. I said, yo, and I said it just like that. I said, when you win these games like this, these close games, these tight games, these low-scoring games, when there's no room for error in the late innings and your bullpen's getting it done and you're scratching across runs against quality teams, Diamondbacks, Phillies, Giants, Dodgers, what have you. This is what happens when teams get going. And then when you add that bat or two, maybe a pitcher, King comes back, Darvish back, steady in the rotation. Bullpen keeps going like it is. This team gets on a roll. You have that confidence of having won so many of these games when your offense was struggling, pitching and defense did it for you. You scratched across the runs. Those are the makings of a dangerous team that gets very hard to beat late in the season and into the playoffs. Remember that I said this. They sure as hell need a lot of help offensively. I'm not letting them off the hook for that. I'm seeing the signs. I saw the signs, and they opened up my mind. I saw the signs. I've been seeing them. So now they're being them. And hopefully they will continue with what they've been doing as the numbers surge. Thank you so much for being here. Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, going way long on the show, but I apologize to you for that. We got to be better, and we are getting there. But what a show it's been today. They wrap it up tomorrow, the series and the first half, as they are plus 105 on the money line, minus 125 as of right now. And minus 1.5 are the Phillies, plus 1.5 are the Padres. On the run line, Christopher Sanchez, 7-2 with a 2.59 ERA on the mound for the Phillies against Nick Pivetta, 9-2, 3.07, the ace of the staff for the Padres so far this season. First pitch is at 1:10 p.m., and that is Pacific time, and we will be here right after it with your Padres Postcast. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, Gries. Yeah, baby, at Jim Grease _ on social media. Until tomorrow when we're live right after the game on YouTube, and then uploaded right after on Roku and wherever you get your audio version of your podcast, and then your Locked On Padres podcast, and then Locked On MLB Game Night. Once you've had your fill of all that, we're back tomorrow right after the game with your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thank you for making us your first watch or listen and being a best part of the best network in sports. Keep your game tight and your mind right, Padre fan. I'm Grease. I'm out. 5-4 Pods. Beat the Phillies at Petco. Up 2-0 in the series, going for the sweep to the last game before the All-Star break tomorrow. I'm out.